Hello guys, and thank you for tuning in on this Draw With Me video. Did you know that this is number 9 in my series of Draw With Me? And it's been 2 years. 2 whole years since my last Draw With Me video. I know, horrible. bad me. I'm sorry for taking so long to make. I'm sorry for taking my sweet ass time to make another Draw With Me video, because it is actually a video that people keep requesting, and it falls under the category of evergreen content, if you're familiar with that, a term that people keep searching on YouTube. So I should actually do one of these each month, but damn, 2022 was a hectic good year, but I didn't have so much time to be on YouTube. I keep knocking stuff over with my hands. It's like I'm talking with my hands, but no one is looking at me. Like the camera is off, but I'm talking with my hands regardless. Silly me. Sorry. I'm doing this off script, by the way. I don't have a script for this. I just have some bullet points, so I will be all over the place. I feel like I left a sentence 30 seconds back that I didn't finish, and now I have a hard time remembering what it was, but I will get back to it. So just you know, I'm off script and I can't guarantee that I'll be talking for the entire video. I might just leave you with some chill music at some point. It really depends on how fast I'm going to go over these bullets. Okay, so I think what I was trying to say or talk about was the fact that I had a hectic 2022. I returned to YouTube after almost 10-11 months not uploading in 2021. I won't spend time in this video talking about what happened in 2021. I will save that for another video. Just know that I am healthy somewhat and I'm doing fine. But let's just put that aside for now. 2022 was my not comeback year, because it wasn't sort of it wasn't so much of a comeback as just me returning to do my things and try to focus on doing stuff that I like to do. And among things that I like to do is drawing. And I didn't feel like I was drawing enough compared to how much I wanted to draw. It's like all of this business and YouTube kind of things ended up getting in the way for me to just sit down and draw. So I didn't really find the perfect times either to do these Draw With Me videos, because I actually didn't draw a lot in 2021, but I wanted to focus more on it. So I decided I wanted to do some more illustration work last year. So I was doing some YouTube videos, approximately one video a month, except for December. But besides that, I focused on illustration jobs, and you know what? It was heckin' great! I got to actually draw a lot more, and I feel like I also have improved a lot more last year compared to the 2 years prior, I think. Haven't really reviewed my art as such, but well, you know, I'm still trying to focus a lot on the craft itself, like drawing. So that's actually first priority for me this year as well, and YouTube is second priority. So I do have plans for YouTube. I will get to talk about that too, but I just wanted to start out telling you guys, hi! This is the first video of 2023, and it's definitely not the last. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly break down the anatomy of this video. So on the screen right now, you see a screen recording of Clip Studio Paint on my computer. And when I'm done with the line art, which I will speed up a lot, because line art is basically the most boring process for me when I look at other Draw With Me videos. So I will speed the line art process up to about 800%, and I'm going to cut a lot in it as well. I hope that's all right with you. I'm going to cut a lot in the video because I do work relatively slow. The slowest video parts here are at 300% speed, so 3 times as fast as I was actually drawing. And I think that is for the best, so you don't have to, be tortured when I am incredibly slow, because I am that sometimes. For this drawing particularly, I was experimenting a bit with textures and shadows, and I was also being relatively lazy. So it's actually not that interesting to see me like shade the whole thing. So I have cut it up for you guys to be much more exciting, and I left the video longer on the parts that I found more interesting, that shares more of my specific process, like when I add details and stuff. So I hope that's all right with you. And see, now I got sidetracked again. I started this sentence telling you that you were looking at a screen recording. When I am done with that line art, I will move over to an actual video recording of my tablet and me working on it, so you will see like my hand and how I'm working on the tablet. So I just wanted to say that it's not all a screen recording. There will be some actual camera footage when I get to coloring. Yes. If there are something in the video I want you to pay attention to while I'm talking about something else, I will insert a pop sound so that you should avert your attention. Focus your attention, not avert. Focus your attention to the screen so you can see the text. Okay, keeping the topic on this video, the art style that I'm practicing in this video is sort of experimental. I'm drawing very intuitively without too many references, and my art style is currently, in this experimental phase. It happens a few times a year for me when I start getting bored of the way that I do stuff. I take in new inspirations from various sources. Could be comics, could be other YouTubers, could be people on Instagram, TikTok, whatever. And I'll just let myself get inspired and try to, nab the little things that I really like about their stuff and try to implement those things into my own style in a way that feels like it was made by me and not by them. So I'm not trying to steal anyone's features. I'm just trying to incorporate them naturally, organically, if you will, into my current art style. So my art style is currently in this sort of experimental phase, and I do also have multiple art styles. This is just me having fun, basically. Okay, so before I move on with some other topics, wow, it's already been about 8 minutes. Great! Before I move on, I would like to just very shortly address this whole AI art thing. You can't see it, but I'm putting quotations around art in this sentence. I also shared that post on my Instagram, which was basically no to AI art, and I shared my initial statement there, and I think I will just read it out loud. So this next little part here is scripted. Okay, so basically I said, I am officially now taking a stand. When I first saw those cursed and uncanny images generated by the AI Dolly, I thought the gimmick was quite fun, hilarious even. I even had Dolly make me a thumbnail from which I could create a full illustration. I had that in a YouTube video here. It made me think that AI and artists could work together, that AI, quote-unquote, art, could help certain aspects of an artist's creative process. Then it seems like everything escalated very quickly. First of all, I am not saying that AI technology in general is a bad thing. I'm not even claiming that AI-generated art should be banned indefinitely. But the way that AIs are quote-unquote creating illustrations is at this point in time extremely concerning. Art-generating AIs are using artists' illustrations without consent and or compensation. You can even see freaking watermarks being transferred to AI quote-unquote art as well, AIs are literally being fed and trained to imitate certain artist styles without consent and or compensation, and sometimes just to harass artists, Samdoy's art being one of the victims of this trolling behavior. I'm not your expert on this topic in regard to AI generated images. I just think it's really harmful in the way it's being used right now. We are in dire need of some legislation, which is laws to protect artists, ASAP on this area, okay? And until there is a fair and or legal way for artists and AI art algorithms to coexist, I will be taking a stand against AI generated art and fight it with all my might. I'm not trying to start a discussion about whys and hows in my comments. I stand where I stand, and if your opinion is different, then you are literally free to have that opinion. I don't care. Everyone are free to think what they want. I'm simply speaking up against the topic that I personally and professionally find very concerning. I have a voice, and I intend to use it. And I sincerely hope that there is space for both artists and AI art to coexist in the future. It's just that the way the things are right now, it's just not okay. It's not good enough. And I think a lot of people are not educated enough to know why AI art in its current state is so harmful. I don't want to make this a very lengthy topic. By the way, I'm off script again. It's just so much bad stuff could derive from this, but I also see some good stuff being able to be derived from this in the future. Right now, I think there are some lawsuits going on. Some pretty big artists are suing. Oh, don't make me remember these names, you know, like Midjourney and the other generators, the owners of these generators, for copyright infringement and so on. And I'm excited to see where these lawsuits lead. I mean, the music industry is pretty well protected now, and I want the same for artists and photographers and other people sharing content online, because unfortunately there's still a lot of people that think that just because stuff is put online, it's free to use for everyone. I mean, it's free for people to look at, I guess, but there are still some rules, regulations in regard to copyright infringement and intellectual property and stuff that is not being protected or looked at in the best interest for artists in this case, involving all this AI-generated images. I refuse to call it art again. So that's actually also one of the reasons that I took down my AI assisted painting video. It was before all of this really blew up. I didn't know what kind of consequences this would have. And it's not that I think that using the old creepy dolly would harm anyone per se, but I still don't want to like give misleading signs, like having an AI video up and then also be taking a stand against it, if that makes sense. So if you are creating images with AI generators, you do you. I'm against it in its current state, but it's not like I want to fight you or anything. It's just, it's my opinion and you're free to have yours, of course. Okay, enough with the serious stuff. Now you know where I stand. I hope we can still all be friends and find a common ground to coexist within inside this world. Yeah. Okay, so what's going to happen in 2023? I have somewhat of a content plan for 2023. My goal is still to release one video at least a month, with the intention to find a quicker video format that you will benefit from as much as I will. For instance, Draw With Me videos, or just more shorts, tutorials on YouTube Shorts, stuff like that. So I do have a plan, and I recently also requested my followers on Instagram and you guys here, subscribers on YouTube, to give me topics and subjects that you want me to talk about in 2023. Things coming specifically from me. I mean, don't make me do a skin tutorial, because there are so many great skin tutorials out there. Don't make me do it, because I can't do it any better than they are, if you know what I mean. So things coming specifically from me. If you have any suggestions, I'm still open to taking topics. You can just put them in the comments below. Thank you. I didn't really expect it, but I was extremely happy to see so many people wanting me to do more stuff on comics and the process of making comics and webtoons. That's included in the comic box, I guess. And a lot of you also wanted me to do more stuff with my own comics, like Mokka and Damon. They are, by the way, on Webtoon, just for people who prefer the vertical format. I put all of my Mokka and Damon comics on Webtoon. I decided to call the whole comic series Just Damned Business. I thought it was very fitting. And the way my comic is structured right now is, it's basically just a lot of little short stories. So there's no chronological order necessarily to the different stories. Some of them are a little longer than I wanted them to be. I'm still working on the final part of the one called Rivals. Oh, it's been in development for over a year now, because I didn't have so much time to work on my own stuff last year. I mean, I did, but I just didn't prioritize Mokka and Damon last year, unfortunately. I'll try to get the Rivals done as soon as possible, so I can move on to one that is focused on Damon instead of Mokka this time. It's gonna be epic. And I actually also have sort of a long comic project, not necessarily coming up right now, but in process. I've also been working on that on and off for over a year now, and I have managed to do a lot of scripting, and I've designed a lot of characters. I'm almost ready to just, push the big red start button and get started on this project. I want to have at least half a year worth of updates before I start uploading it, so that I will have a lot of buffers. That's something I require in my life, a lot of buffers. And I think I'm going to release it on Webtoon, and I'm going to do approximately 20, 25, maybe 30 panels per episode. I'm aiming for 20, so I can upload twice a week instead of one episode with 40. It just gives me some wiggle space that I really want. So I'm really, really excited about that story. I hope it's something that will fall into a lot of people's liking. It's a very personal story, emotionally for me. So I hope it will be received well. But more on that when I get to that. I have so many comic-like story projects, loads of them, actually 90% of them are just ideas right now. But I do have like 2 free comic-like projects in the making right now. Mokka and Damon being one of them, my character that I just goof around with. So if you want to check them out, you can go watch them on Webtoon. I just use the same username there, Nadiaxel, if you want to check it out, or search for Just Damned Business. There's like a disclaimer, warning on the comic with mature content. I wouldn't consider my comics like mature, but there is a bit of blood and some adult themes. Not like, the talk about adult themes. I'd rather say the discussions of adult themes. But nothing explicit, if you ask me, at all. So you can, weigh that for yourself if you want to. Take the chance. I would. A really odd thing that I'm realizing as I'm editing this video, I realized it earlier today, is that I feel like I've drawn this drawing before. And I just had that feeling also when I was drawing it, but today I realized what it was. I'm going to put 2 pictures on the screen right now. Oh, sorry, that was a bad pop. That was better. Oh, it's gone. I can't pop. These are 2 images that I've drawn previously. One of them is a draw this in your style. I'll put the original artist to the challenge on the screen as well. And there is Kadu, my original character that I created with you guys on this YouTube channel. You kind of see the resemblance here, right? In my subconsciousness, I kind of copied the pose or the flowiness, the kind of the visual aesthetic of the draw this in your style entry that I made and the character aesthetic of Kadu and put it into one character, a new drawing. I don't know where it came from, but now I understand why I felt like I had drawn this before. Oh my god. Maybe it's something that I saw on Pinterest too. I don't know. Something that just, it's stored in your subconscious. And it just gets out on paper and people start to be like, hey, did you copy this from somewhere? It's like I've seen it before. Like, I copied it from my brain, but okay, something might be stored down there. And apparently it was a mix of these 2 drawings. Like, yeah. It's just a really odd, fun little thing I wanted to mention. Anyway, guys, I'm about to wrap it up now. I would like to say thank you for, if you're still here. I don't know if you know, but getting to the end of people's videos is a very, very, very relatively easy, but depending on how long the video is, but it's a really huge support for us creators, because the more watch time we have, the more in favor this video will be on YouTube. So YouTube will think, oh, people actually like this video, people watch it to the end, I will recommend it to more people. So if you made it this far, seriously, thank you. It really means a lot to me, even though I'm just rambling. I know some of you are just putting this in the background while you're drawing or cleaning or something. I do the same with videos like this. I think it's so cozy. And I usually actually don't really listen to what people are saying in the video. I just hear like the voice or the music, kind of like a static noise. That's really comforting, I think. So I hope this video could give you the same. If you were listening and just staring into the screen, well, thank you for being so committed. I really appreciate it, and I hope you'll stay around to 2023. I have fun plans for the channel, and I want to focus on content that I think people will like and that I find fun to create and stuff. So yeah, stick around. There will be some new art style stuff coming up. I'm planning, and I hope to do a meet the artist video where I'll kind of explain the whole not being here for almost a year kind of thing. It's nothing major, don't worry. It's just, yeah, sometimes shit happens, right? So trying to just stay positive, and yeah, you know, thank you for being here. And seriously, thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, oh my god, just do it. I mean, what's one more name on the list, right? I'm sorry, but I would really appreciate it. Okay, so until next time, guys, take care. Thank you for being here. I have said thank you enough now. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye!